Hi, I'm Antonia. I'm one of your RAPs in 45. I'm currently a third year and I'm specializing in international relations. I'm majoring in economics and I'm minoring in linguistics.
Okay, I'm Weil, a Wetmore RAP and a second year student studying pharmacology and physiology.
Hello everyone, my name is Nermeen and I'm your RAP in Wetmore. I live on the third floor and I'm studying in my third year in architectural studies.
Hi, my name is Emanuela. I'm one of the RAPs for Wilson, along with Yazan. I'm in second year, and my majors are microbiology, molecular genetics, and immunology.
Hello, I'm Yazan. I'm a second year student doing a double major in neuroscience and physiology, and I'm on the third floor of Wilson Building.
Hey guys, my name is Richard, and I'm one of the RAPs at 45 Wilcox. I'm currently in Raw Commerce, specializing in management. One interesting fact about myself is that I have a YouTube channel.
An interesting fact about me is I got one of these lights.
I like to play basketball.
An interesting fact about me is that I've been playing volleyball for 7 years.
An interesting fact about me is that I'm from Nigeria.
One fun fact about myself is that I love bullet journaling. I think it's a great creative outlet as well as a good way for me to organize all my things. I'm the lead RAP, which means I overview all the RAP programs and support the RAP team with Elizabeth, our residence life coordinator at Orsel. I'm also the RAP for 45-4 and 45-5, which means you can always come to me for academic support and for referrals to U of T campus resources. I applied to this position because it's a great leadership opportunity for me to grow myself, as well as a really rewarding way to see all of you, as well as the RAP team, engage in the community and grow throughout the year.
Transitioning into university can sometimes be hard, and our role here as RAPs is to help refer you and introduce you to the several academic support resources available on campus, or to help support you throughout your academic journeys in any way we can. The RAP also, as a team, we host several events and programs throughout the year surrounding the theme of academic sustainability.
A residence academic programmer is a resource that supports students academically, and I chose this position because I want you guys to learn from my mistakes and for you residents to perform to the best of your abilities.
RAPs basically organize events that will help your learning and help you to balance your studying and being part of res and socials as well.
The RAP job, you guys know it stands for Residence Academic Programmer, and the role is pretty much in the name. We're a team of students who live with the residents at New College, and essentially we act as and provide resources for the students with all things relating to their academic sustainability. So that involves running events and videos this one right here, as well as connecting people with the right resource for their needs. The reason that I applied was because in my first year, the two things that I'd say made up the majority of my life in first year was residence life and my academics. And I'm if I can combine the two in a position, I think it's something that I'd really grow and prosper in and really enjoy, because it made up the majority of my day-to-day activities anyways. So I thought since I loved attending the RAP events and such so much, I thought it would be pretty cool to be on the other side of that dynamic.
I think all the other RAPs did a great job of explaining what RAP is, so I'll just tell you guys why I applied to be on RAP. I really like meeting new people, and I knew that I'll be able to get to know more students if I became the RAP, so that's why I applied to be an RAP.
The best thing about being an RAP so far has probably been acquainting myself with all of the resources on campus, because I love helping people out. I love when there's people come to me with an issue, or I can identify an issue and we can really work together to find the ultimate solution. So just getting to know the resources on campus and growing in a way where I can help others has been really gratifying.
The best thing about being an RAP is getting to connect with people, host events, and help you become a better part of the res community.
The best thing about being an RIP, other than getting to wear these beautiful jackets, is really about the relationships you get to build, whether that's with other members of the RIP team, with ORSL, or with other organizations on campus.
Watching your students improve and grow during the year, I feel like that's something I really enjoy.
Meeting new people and getting to live on residence again.
Figuring out your study method is always a challenge, especially in first year. I think the best advice I can give you is time management. Don't put it off to the last second and plan a study schedule before. Also, for me, I find that writing things down by hand helps me remember course material better.
Exam tips that I have are don't procrastinate, get your work done on time, and get as much help as you can. I know it's kind of difficult now because it's on Zoom, but like definitely the earlier you do it, then the easier it is for you to know what you need help on, and then you can send emails and then like probably get some responses and some help.
Okay, studying and exam prep tips, definitely. Not to cram. I think that's a pretty popular one, but it really does make sense. Making sure that you're reviewing your notes periodically throughout the semester instead of trying to cram it all at the end really makes for a much better exam experience. Often you've probably even experienced in your own friend groups that as soon as an exam's over and somebody isn't too happy with their grade, often they'll say like, oh man, if I had a little bit more time to study, or if I gave myself enough time to study. But often if going through it day by day, it'll help to remember the questions a lot more. Another thing is if it's more like math based class or something where there's a lot of application questions, practice questions is often a lot more helpful than just regurgitating information from your lecture slides. So I'd say just early on, from the little assessments that the courses give you, whether it be tutorial quizzes or whatnot, just to kind of get a feel for how to best prepare for those, because those, since often they're not worth as much, it gives you some room, like wiggle room to experiment. So if you find that you perform best when you're memorizing the information off of the slides, then that should probably be the way you study for your midterms. Whereas if you find that the best way to prepare for those smaller assessments is through doing practice problems, then that's also probably going to carry you over to your midterms and finals.
An important study tip for me is always to take care of your mental and physical well-being. Make sure you take enough breaks, you exercise regularly, and you check in with your mental health.
Alright, my study tip is always start a couple days before and practice past midterms and exams.
Eat healthy, sleep well, and go to office hours.
My personal favorite way to de-stress is watching sports and playing sports, both of which is kind of difficult at the moment because the NBA just wrapped up, which was the league that I watched the most, and courts is kind of difficult to find with all of the new protocols. But nowadays I'm doing a lot more reading. I'll watch like TV, talking to friends. Talking to friends is a big one. Playing like games with friends, playing like Among Us and whatnot. I think lots of people, a bunch of my friends from all over the world, since getting that social interaction is so much more difficult these days. It's just hopping onto like Discord or whatever and talking to each other and playing a game is definitely does the trick for me.
My favorite way to distress is to make a cup of tea and enjoy my favorite Netflix show.
To de-stress, I watch Netflix or I go out with friends.
Best way to de-stress is to sleep, I think.
I personally like to watch YouTube videos and sleep or listen to music.
My favorite thing to do in Toronto is to go around Kensington Market and explore new places and coffee shops.
Probably the park, Cineplex, but it's closed. Eaton Center, I don't know, Bloor Street, it's fancy. Yeah.
I'd say visiting the lake. Lake Ontario is pretty cool, walking by the harborfront. It's probably going to be pretty cold by the time this is uploaded, but honestly, if you dress appropriately, it's still like a nice nature walk, not gonna lie. Any of the outdoor parks in Toronto are pretty fun. But yeah, I like going to the harborfront.
Something fun you could do during the pandemic is you could go down to the harbor front, or you could bike downtown.
I would say walk around the campus and go to CN Tower.
As for any final tips, I highly recommend getting involved in student groups. It's a great way to make friends and make connections on campus. Also, take advantage of all your upper year mentors in residence, like your RAPs and Dons. It's a really great way to answer any questions you have.
I'd say for first years, don't stress too much about anything, really. I'd say just use first year to really just kind of try a whole bunch of different things, whether that be study techniques, whether that be clubs. Really just try and like put yourself out there as much as you can. You'll really like reap the benefits of that later. But honestly, there's so much to do, and there's so much more to the university experience than just Zoom lecture, assignment, Zoom lecture, test, Zoom lecture. Like there's a lot more that you can do. There's a whole bunch of clubs and activities, and there really is, I'm pretty confident, something for everyone. So honestly, just take a couple leaps of faith, ask questions, ask a whole bunch of questions. Honestly, ask questions to questions you think you already know the complete answer to, because you might gain some insight that you didn't think you'd get before. But honestly, just try and be like a magnet for information and opportunities, because trust me, it's gonna feel a lot better down the line than if you were to just stay like stagnant, if that's something you're into, of course. But yeah, definitely try and put yourself out there as much as you can.
Wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay safe, everyone. Bye.
The tip I got is study really hard, but always put mental health first, because that's more important.
I would say work hard and play harder, and always try to enjoy your life as much as you can.